In this video, I'm going to show you how to grip, add hair, and how to actually braid. So I start off my braid with 3 equal sections and I loop under the middle braid. Once I've gotten a couple of braids down, then I add the braid hair. I add it in between my index and thumb and I just pinch it. I'm going to grab the hair that was added and start braiding like it's my real hair. I'm going to start braiding down a couple of spaces and then add my hair again. Try to add the hair on the same side just to make sure your braid is even with no bumps or lumps. But if it happens, it's okay because once again, we're doing this on our own and they're not as noticeable as you think they may be. So far, I've added 3 strands of hair and I've braided down and I add another strand. When you're braiding, you want to run your fingers through the whole entirety of the hair all the way to the ends to make sure you're removing the naps and tangles out of the ends. If you don't detangle as you go, you will get a knot at the end of your braid that you'll have to cut. You can see me add hair again clearly. I'm just pinching my index finger and thumb and I'm going to braid the added hair into my regular hair. You're going to continue that braid pattern of grabbing the end of the strand and looping under the middle. Once the braid gets long enough, you're going to wrap it around to the front of your head so it's easier to braid. Here is another demonstration. I'm going to grab my 3 equal strands and loop under the middle strand. Grab the end and loop under the middle strand. I'm going to rewind it. Here you go. 3 equal pieces. Loop under the center strand. Grab the center strand and loop it under the new center strand. You're going to complete this weave pattern back and forth. This is me adding the hair again. Adding it in my pinchers, index, and thumb, and I'm going to braid down. Every couple of braid patterns you do, you're going to add some more hair onto the left or right hand side. Whatever side you started adding hair on is going to be the same side you're going to continue to add hair on. So once your braid gets long enough, you're going to bring it to the front. Now this is me working on my second row. I start off by detangling the section I'm going to work with and split it into 3 equal sections again. I'm going to grab the end strand and loop it under the center strand and repeat that pattern. Once you get a couple of braids down, you're going to add in the braid hair into your index and thumb. Continue braiding it like it's your own hair. Here's me repeating the process. I'm going to braid down a couple of more times and then add the hair. Once your braid is long enough, again, you're going to bring it forward and start braiding in front of you. You're going to continue to see me do this pattern throughout my hair, so make sure you're paying attention and taking down notes so you can understand the simple mechanisms on how to actually braid. Now I'm going to demonstrate how to add hair to have longer length. So I want my braids to go all the way down to my butt. So these are going to be butt length knotless braids. And so I'm going to add in the hair into my pinchers and thumb and start braiding it in like normal. Just like we did at the scalp, it's going to be the same process at the end of your hairs as well. A little tip to help you have crispy braids is adding gel to the strands of your braid as you're working your way down. This is to help all the flyaways inside your braid get smoothed into the braid so you have less cutting to do at the end. And when I say cutting, you're going to grab your scissors and cut each of the flyaway hairs that you see. And this just makes that process easier towards the end. You're going to keep braiding all the way down. Yes, these are super long. So something that I do is grab a bit of the braid and hold it into my mouth so that it's easier to braid down. Now, I do not recommend this because there's all types of germs on braid hair, but this is just something that I do. And you can do it too because you're braiding your own hair, and who's going to stop you? Keep on braiding. Do not stop too early because your braid can unravel at the end. So when you braid all the way down as far as you can go, that ensures that your braid won't unravel. When you feel a strand get thinner than the other one, you can just borrow from another strand to make your strands even. So yes, this is the entire process I'll be doing to each braid. This is how I grip, this is how I add hair, and this is how I make it to the length I want it to be. Stay tuned and watch me do the rest of my hair. This is how your braids should look if you followed every step accordingly. I love how these turned out, and they look very much professional. Even though I am a professional braider, I am not a professional at doing my own hair. It's a huge difference. So yeah, I just want to encourage everybody, if it does not turn out how you want it to be, that is okay. The great thing about this course is you can watch it over and over and over again. You can share it with friends. You can come back to it a year from now when you're ready to try again, and just keep trying. Never give up. I was not able to become this good by just not trying. I put in the work and I put in the hours, and that's how I'm able to save money, and you can do the same thing too. If you've made it this far, I'm so proud of you. It shows me that you're dedicated to your own future. It shows me that you're great at making decisions on investments. You're great at making good choices. This is a great choice because you don't have to wait to get on anyone's schedule. You don't have to worry about any cancellations. You don't have to worry about outrageous prices. You can do it yourself. The hair is $4.99 per pack. Plus supplies, you're still going to be way under $100. So this is about a $300 to $400 hairstyle I would charge someone, but you did it yourself for much less. Wow. I went ahead and did section 3 off camera, and I want to show you how I was able to achieve these perfect braids. I start off by undoing the section that I have left. In total, I made about 6 rows in the front of my head. I have about 6 rows on each side. This is how I'm able to achieve that. Stay tuned and keep notes. When I get to the front of my head, I reach my hands around the back of my head and I start working on the side. I no longer need to look at my reflection through the mirror. I can just look straight at the phone into the front camera to see what I'm doing. This is why doing the front of my hair is my favorite part. In the back of my head, I chose to do bigger sections because I knew you wouldn't be able to see it as much. I like to do bigger sections in the back and smaller in the front, and it gives the same effect of having the same size parts all over. Finally, we made it to the last row. When you part the top of your head, it's important to make sure the braids line up to the other side of the head. So on the left side, I'm going to make 4 equal parts, the same as the right side. You can see me line my rat tail end across the part where the other part is, and that's how I make sure it's even. Start at the part that's already there and slide your comb across. We did it! Finally, the last braid. I am so happy. In total, it took me about 2 days to record this and get it done. It could take you a much quicker time, but I had lots of things to do, make sure the videos are perfect. So it took a total of 2 days, and this hairstyle is going to last up to a month. I will be redoing my edges halfway through, but yes, I'm so happy for us. I'm so happy for you. I'm so happy for myself. These braids are gorgeous, honey. I love them so much. These are definitely the most favorite braids I've ever had in my entire life. And the good part about it is I did it and I can do it again for free. And yeah, look how beautiful. I'm so proud of you for making it this far, and I really hope your braids turn out just as good as mine did. Remember, practice makes perfect.